So the last trading week was a lot of pain. So maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. The last trading week wasn't a lot of pain. It was more of a roller coaster, right? I didn't blow my account for starters. I just took losses. Losses were taken, mistakes were made, mistakes were definitely made. But after the mistakes, after an advanced self-review and some tea and some consulting the oracle and going deep in myself, I've just, you know, I've learned the lessons and yeah, things to avoid. I've made a set of rules for my future self to follow and hopefully things go better the next week. So I'm gonna stop talking. Enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, I'm gonna show all the trades that I took, of course, every single one of them. And yeah, play with my cube.
Now these trades range from good to bad to very good, very bad, and then straight up embarrassing. Well, there's one trade that was actually depressing. I'll show that finally. But yeah, let's start with GBP USD. So this was a pretty simple trade. I got in here, saw this demand. We're in an uptrend, so price got in there. I bought the market here, took profit right there, and then I left the market. Now, one thing to put in mind is this wasn't a very satisfying trade for me because I wanted to catch more money. I didn't, so it had a bit of a bearing on the next trade that I took, which was in Euro USD. So this trade right here, this is very bad. We're in an uptrending market, and I failed to see it because all I could see was the supply here, not the supply or this one right here. So I use the supply, price comes, gets rejected in there, and then I show the market. This slow movement should have told me, get out of the market, pa. But it gets worse, I promise. After this, price breaks above. As you can see, this huge bullish candle, this zone gets obliterated. And what do I tell myself? Oh, there's this supply right here. Maybe they're gonna short the market now. So I go in for another trade, and it also fails. So what's the next level here? Nah, I mean two losses in a row. That's more than good enough. I get out of the market and I take a loss on Monday. So that was trade 2 and 3. Now for the Tuesday, what do I even call this trade? Yeah, this was bad. This was pretty bad. So we had CPI news in a bit, but I didn't know because I didn't check my economic calendar. So that was pretty bad. I took the same trade on GBP USD. which was also terrible. So I took a loss in both trades, and that was bad. Now the idea was to buy the market because I suspected this liquidity was going to be targeted, and then I did short the market again somewhere here. So that didn't play out because of the news, and yeah, that was a loss. So Wednesday, this was very good. Now this is how to trade. This is me being disciplined and patient and waiting for the right opportunity. And I'll tell you why, because I get in the market, the supply is a bit hard to draw. It's like, is this a supply? Is this the supply? Is this the supply? So I put it all the way up here, right? And price gets in here, and I can make an entry right here, right? But I don't. Why? Because I'd have to put my stop loss all the way up here, and that's too much. That was way too much for me. So I'm like, okay, if this trade doesn't come deep in the zone a little bit, or give me a better entry, I'm not getting it, and I don't. So price comes all the way down here, comes back to test the zone, break these highs, and then I get in right here because that was good enough for me. So as you can see, we had a huge sell-off, and I took profit on gold on this specific trade, and that was beautiful. Now next trade on gold, this right here was embarrassing. So we're in an uptrend, everything points to an uptrend. We see this huge rejection, and I tell myself, okay, now we found the supply. Maybe the market is reversing. The reason it's embarrassing is this move right here was not enough to justify a whole reversal. None of the high time frames were screaming reversal, and a reversal on the 5-minute time frame does not say anything on the larger frame of things. So the market does this rejection as expected in the supply area. I short the market here, and it goes up immediately. So I take a loss. Now, why do I take another loss? Because as you can see, this was 7 and 8. Why do I take another loss? Well, first off, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was looking at price action, at the back. There wasn't any clear-cut supply zones anywhere, but there was a bit of messy price action, lots of rejections in that zone. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to push the market down. I was so convinced by this move that the market was going down that I made another entry. And as you can see, that hit pretty hard. So 7 and 8, embarrassing trade. Terrible, terrible. Never doing that again. XAUSD. Now this was a depressing trade. This was on Friday. I get in the market. If I was thinking clearly, this would be my supply area, waiting for the market to come here, so I short like this. And this person would have had a huge sell-off happen, taking profit, and left the market. And this demand left the market. But no, I was blinded by whatever, and this accumulation, which if I was thinking correctly would have spotted as an accumulation, I decided to short right in here. No, I shorted, well, I'm going to show everything in proper detail actually. So I short the market somewhere here, price goes up, comes down, goes up again, and I had a stop loss somewhere around. So I first took a first loss on this trade, and yeah, right afterwards I made another entry somewhere here. So that second entry was pretty good because the market sold off. But after waiting all this time for a profit and not getting the profit after having a losing streak, my psychology was pretty messed up. So price came down here. I didn't break even because I wanted to win. Price came all the way down here. I didn't take profit. I didn't break even. Price came all the way back up, broke these highs. That should have been a signal to leave the market, but I didn't. Price came back down, failed to break these lows here. I'm going to put a line so it's a lot clearer. Price fails to break these lows, so like this is some sort of support down here, and then price comes all the way up, hits my stop loss. Now look at what happened after. Hits my stop loss, gets in the zone, and this is where I could have made a better entry into this market. But right after this part, I was exhausted. I've taken 2 losses. The week had been terrible, so I missed out on this huge move. So what's the problem? Technical analysis? No, this was a valid supply. I'd already spent all my mental energy on a low quality setup that when this big move happened, I had to miss it. I put NAS 100 on the list to show you something. This was the trade I was also waiting for. I had a similar trade on GBP/USD, and I missed this trade. This would have been beautiful. Right after the news, the NFP news, price comes in here. This rejection's happening, you hop on board, and then the market sells off. This is a demand area right here, so I take profit right there, I'm out of the market, and it's a good week. So this could have been 3 wins in a row on NAS 100, on Gold USD, and also on GBP/USD. But it ended up being a loss because I had wasted all my mental energy on a low quality setup. And it's so strange how you find reasons to justify entering a low quality setups after having a string of losses. I kept telling myself, oh, we had some support right here, so it's also a break and retest. This is valid, they can sell the market off there. Yes, they can, but this would be much better. A liquidity grab off of all these highs into the supply right here and the sell-off. And it's crazy you only see that in hindsight. But yeah, that's how the week ended, man. And, I believe the biggest part of this journey is psychological. I'm always going to say it, and that's where I'm at right now. As far as my strategy goes, I'm fine-tweaking things, I'm fine-tuning things, but it's a strategy that works, and I'm going to stick to it. All I need right now is to find the proper discipline, do the right things that lead to me being in the market, and being able to identify the high-quality setups. It's easier to find a high-quality setup when you're out of the, when you're not going through a losing streak or when your mind is clear, but sometimes you just don't. It's like you only realize it wasn't a good quality setup after it happens, But if you were thinking clearly, you could have actually. Most of these trades that I took and took losses on, they could have easily been avoided if I was thinking clearly, easily avoided. But I think that's the next cycle. That's the next hurdle that I'm going to have to go over. I don't know how long it will take, but I know God is, He's the king of this whole process, man. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. It's all good. All right, we're fine. Things are gonna get better, and yeah, I'm not worried at all.
So thank you for making it to the end of the video. I'm gonna upload a new video every single week. So if you want to go through this journey with me, please like and subscribe. And if you're a trader like me, you're struggling trying to get consistently profitable, and it's really hard, just keep moving forward, man. This process, I've realized, will demand more from you than any other thing has. And you're gonna have to unlearn a lot of things, build the proper attitude that gives you the ability to get in the zone, to take money from the market when you want to and just leave. I don't think that's something you get quickly. So you just have to keep going one step at a time until you're actually there. Have an amazing weekend, and thanks for watching. God bless you.